So today on the YouTube channel, we're going to be discussing one of the questions from our listeners, which is how to build an effective production team. This question about building an effective production team was really challenging. There's so many aspects to this. And you think about running a company, right? And so there was a podcast I did about a year ago with Jeremy Andrews, who's the CEO of Traeger. And in the episode, he had talked about Jeremy 2.0, right? You think about 1.0, how you understand to build a company, and then 2.0, he had built companies, and then Traeger now, he's trying to fix the company culture. And at the time, they're doing some major cultural issues. And one of the comments he made that has stuck with me forever, he said, Brad, someone could be the most talented in their field. They can be the most talented individual. They can have the most experience and knowledge. But if they are a cancer to the company culture, right, it's not a fit. That is not a good fit for the company. It's not a good fit for the environment, for everybody, and creates a lot of malcontent. So when you think about that, having the right people on board is really the key part. So as you think about building a team or a company, it's having the right people on the ship. They may have different experience, but that can be taught, right? That can come over time. There can be training, shadowing. A lot of things you can do with that. So first off, you need to have the right people that understand the vision, right? That understand the communication process, that understand the value of the company. And so really that comes now in leadership, right? So on the leadership, we should always be spending time each week on the company, not just for the company, but on the company, right? On systems and evaluation and training and forecasting. And so as leadership, when you want to have a good production team, you should also be looking at what is our vision, right? Where are we going? What do we want the company to be? How can we build a pipeline now for our team? How can we set expectations for them so they understand how to be successful? How many of us work for a company where we don't get feedback? We don't get information. We don't know if we're doing a great job or a bad job, right? We don't understand where the company's going, their direction. There's no communication. And so as an owner, you don't have to give away all your secrets and all your projections and everything that is happening, but you should paint a picture where the employees understand now where the company is going, what you plan on doing, what's coming down the pipeline, what can they achieve to, where can they grow? People need two things to be successful. They need two things at their company. One, they need to understand that they're appreciated and valued. And then number two, they need to believe in what they're doing as in their employment. And if you have those two things, there's no doubt compensation plays a huge role, right? But it's not the only role. And the studies have been done that those are the two main factors, that people understand, they believe in the product they're selling, and that they feel appreciated and they feel like they have a clear expectation of their role. So as you can create roles or a chart showing, hey, here's the titles, here's who they report to, here's their scope of work, here's how they're accountable, here's the expectations set, in any relationship, right? Whether it's your spouse, whether it's children, if you understand the expectation, then you can live up to that, right? And most of us, it's unrealistic expectations or uncommunicated expectations why most of us fail or we have issues of communication with each other. So as we paint that picture as an owner, now we can create that pipeline for the employees to live up to that, to perform to that. And it's no different. I look at our company as we've grown. I have my methodology of how to communicate and how to be transparent with the client. And what's really important is doing these constant trainings with our team, helping them understand this is our vision, this is how we do this is how we set that. I just had an experience today with one of our superintendents saying, hey, when this comes up, A, B, and C, this is our chain of command, this is the SOP, this is our standard operating procedures, right? So they understand the future when this comes up, this is how we handle this. And now there's a clear expectation for my superintendent of, the building schedule, of the communication with the client. And so moving forward, it's going to put him in a better position to be successful. And so as you're looking at, building a team, it's setting clear expectations, hiring the right people that fit the culture of the company as you're interviewing them and understanding who they are as people, and then giving them that pipeline. Of course, the training is really valuable, understanding their role. One thing that I found really valuable, I look at McCall, who's our controller, and she's worked as a project coordinator. So now when she does training of project coordinators, she understands, she's worked in that role. She knows what it takes. She knows what she should be tracking, all the information. So as she has that, she's built an outline of what their day-to-day task is. So it now helps create a template for that coordinator when we hire him to know, hey, here's my job description. And then with that job description, yes, we're going to have to train them on all 10 items, but they know what those are. And then they know who they report to and who they're accountable to. So those are some of the methods we've used here at AFT for the company value and culture we have.